And thank you, Coach. We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Atlanta Falcons and the New York Giants. 3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. 15 running, 15 running. It's three. Check, Nick, who's it?
They'll run on first down. Britt, and right away they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now.
Well, we just saw a great example what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They go play action with Jackson. Looking deep for Hilton. And it's intercepted. Picked up by DeMonte Casey. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45. He's going through a rough patch throwing the football. 4 interceptions in that loss last week. Opening drive starts the game with a pick here.
Well, we did spend time with the head coach and the offensive coordinator and asked them, what did you see on tape? What did you see on film? And they talked about mechanics, making sure that he gets his feet underneath him, doesn't overstride, does a better job taking care of the football. And I think they're as shocked as anyone to see the first one of the game here in this one.
Yeah, he needs to start heeding their advice. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers putting up their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
Come on, boy. You better be ready.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 17 yards and a giant first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense, but someone's going to run for some big yardage.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give them 18 there, and the Giants have a first down. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. And now Jackson will look to throw it. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Grady Jarrett has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when he sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now they've got to find a way to get it back together.
They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Now it's Jackson. He's going to let this go end zone, and it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. Oh, a killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marching off yardage against them.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Rosas good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard.
Here we go, T. Here I come. Here I come.
Ryan. He completes it to Julio Jones. 23 yards the pickup there.
I know that's their first connection in this game, but you and I both know that Julio Jones is without a doubt his quarterback's favorite target.
Oh, yeah, Matt Ryan loves this guy, and who wouldn't?
Yeah, and the reason that he's that is because of his dependability. And quarterbacks have to have that from their receivers, meaning they know where they're going to be when they're running certain routes. They don't break them on them. They don't change them up and do their own freelance stuff and put their quarterbacks in bad situations. Matt Ryan has ultimate trust in Julio Jones.
Kill. 22. Check 13. Check 13.
The This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
55. Right there in the middle. 55.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Ryan. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Daniil Hunter has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
But no Texas start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
55. 51. Stop. 56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56. Focus, defense, focus. 56 to Mike.
3rd and long. It's Ryan. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Giants will get it now at the 20. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. Well, that 2nd down completion, something of a disaster, and now they're left with 3rd and long. From the gun, Jackson. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
But to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline, and now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now Ryan. He'll buy some time right. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A nice pickup there, 18 yards, 1st down Falcons.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. give it to Freeman. And he'll go down at the 28. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
On 2nd down and 4, Ryan. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Daniil Hunter in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Ryan. And it's complete. Hooper. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 14. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. That continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
A first chance in the red zone for the Falcons now. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. They run. Devontae Freeman. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now, because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Ryan. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. C.J. Ham, his first touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. Tavecchio to add the PAT. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
Next to score, Falcons 14, Giants 7.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Jackson from the shotgun. Looking deep for Hilton. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
45. Mike, 45. Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop. Check 45.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by DeMonte Casey. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Ryan. Complete to Jones. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
From the red zone now, here's Ryan on 1st down. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Now it's Freeman. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
Anthony Barr got a real education at UCLA in playing not just his normal position of stand-up outside linebacker, but down defensive end. So he had to incorporate a variety of moves, take on bigger people. So he learned great leverage while he was there. That really helps him when he's trying to stop people running the ball.
Born in South Bend, Indiana. Thought about going back to go to Notre Dame, but you're right. Great career at UCLA and now a great career in the NFL. Here's Ryan to throw. The quick slant caught, and he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Trent Sherfield, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. Tavecchio good on the extra point, and it's now 21-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. That one a first down pickup of 8.
What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
And those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get that
they?
little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd and 10.
Ready. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And Tate's got it. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 39.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action.
45.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the... And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. It's a gain of 35. They come out here in the I. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Rolling to his right. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. From 4 yards out, as his guys are back within a single score. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Ryan. That's complete to Smith. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
And here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. 11. Out.
On 1st down, it's Freeman. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, Creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
56, Mike, 56.
Lace up.
56,
From the 38, Ryan, and finding the tight end Hooper. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Falcons going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing now, Ryan on first down. He's got this one complete to Sherfield. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. It's a gain of 16, first down Falcons. To throw is Ryan. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
It's second down and 10.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on second and 10.
Switch up.
Check.
56.
To throw again, Ryan. He's going to walk one deep left side. It is double team, and I do believe this is going to line up a safety. It is. It's a safety. How about that for a wacky play? Wow, what a disaster. You talk about a guy making a good play on the interception and then just trying to be too cute on the return.
It almost felt like his own gyroscope really got out of whack, didn't it? Going backwards into your own end zone after such a great play. Totally disoriented and gave up 2 points for his team.
So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20. He'll return it from the 6. So we have reached halftime now with the visiting Falcons out on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10. And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
25, 22.
I'm going to come back to you.
Got it. 51.
A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 40.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
Gain of 3. And the Falcon first down.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. First and 10, right at the 40.
Space. 54, south, 11.
55.
Freeman. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Got it. Hey, check this.
55, Mike.
Hey, Delta.
Hey, man. Watch the boot.
From the 38, Ryan completes it to the fullback, Ham. It'll be a gain of 4. And just like that, it's third down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot. Because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. He's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller. Devontae Freeman, they're not going to get him. Touchdown, Falcons. Devontae Freeman with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. Now Ryan leading the Falcons up to go for 2. Ryan. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. A big play there for the Giants. 41 yards. First down, here's White. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And finally taken down at the 15. It's a Giant first down on a gain of 16. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. He's got it to Hilton. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. That catch, by the way, number 542 in his NFL career. That draws him level with Lance Allworth, who was a Hall of Famer with the Chargers back in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah, the man they call Bambi. So if you're in that type of territory, catch the same number of passes he caught, you know you're on your way to a big-time career. And just think, he's not through yet.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Second and goal from the 6 this time.
Hey.
Throwing is Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. A great effort there. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Giants are able to draw a bit closer. Rosas now to add the PAT. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got to the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. Again, they'll run with Freeman. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Ryan. Oh, it's intercepted. He was trying to give it to Ridley. Picked off near the 32. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Flushed out right. He completes it to Tate. I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss.
45. Get that quarterback at all costs. Check 45 to my right.
On 2nd and goal, Jackson. Flush to his right. He'll run it. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. On 3rd down, Britt, and he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. A great play there with his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Rosas good with the extra point, and the lead is down to a field goal. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
I got you, son. I got you, son. 58.
Another carry for the workhorse tonight, Freeman. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves them with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Got it. 280.
Block 56. Drop deep.
On 3rd down, Ryan. It's caught. Jones. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That goes for a gain of 31.
First down, Atlanta.
Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. It's a give to Freeman running right. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
That one, a first down pickup of 8.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
On the heels of that good carry by Devontae Freeman, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff as they run left side. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down.
Mike 56, Mike 56. You get blocked.
Now they'll throw it with Ryan. Forced out to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 6.
56 to Mike. 56 to Mike. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Hey, exit. 56. Mike 56.
Hey, express.
From the shotgun, Ryan. And that will be incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
Tavecchio puts this one through, and that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden, they're down. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
From the 29, Jackson dancing to his left. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Foyesade Aluakan made the tackle there from his safety position.
At the 42-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
45. Mike, 45.
Now it's Jackson. And the catch made by Hilton. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. They'll keep it on the ground. Britt. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
This has been an up-and-down, back-and-forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive, take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
42-yard line.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down. And to give this time to the tailback. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency, Brandon.
They'll run on 1st down. Britt, and they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Tim Williams makes the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
45. Mike, 45. Exit.
On 2nd down, they'll run with Wright. And he will force his way forward for a yard or 2, but I have a good feeling this will be coming back. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, but they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far, but a nice job there to prevent a long completion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try and stop this exhibition of almost speed racing that we've been watching, huh?
Yeah, it has been quarterback and receiver dominated. He finds Coleman. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
It's a gain of 21 yards. That's another Giants 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Here we go.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And some space here. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. A 22-yard touchdown grab. As they are now just an extra point away from taking the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Critical extra point up and good. And that is going to put them on top by a point, and it sets us up for quite a finish. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And last time able to get 3. That's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
At the 26-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Ryan. This one caught by Ridley. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
Ito Smith, his first carry. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It's a first down following a gain of 3.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. He's back to throw. Jones has it. A good pickup there, 21 yards. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Down, ready, 280.
You got nothing. You got nothing.
On first down, Freeman. Making the stop there, Daniil Hunter.
I know they got a little yardage there, but I'm not sure their investment is right. They're still running the football, and I'm not sure there's enough time to continue to do that.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Freeman again. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. Wow.
Now Ryan leading the Falcons up to go for 2.
Mike, 55. Check, 55. Mike.
We got it, we got it. Hey, South. Check right. Get out.
They'll try and run with Freeman, and he is not going to make it. So they won't be able to move this lead up to a touchdown as it'll remain a 5-point ball game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. 1 possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Back to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by DeMonte Casey. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this two-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. The Falcons in victory formation as they take a knee.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 15-yard line.